Hey there. So for the first question, the differences between sex, sexuality, and gender. Sex is referred to as the anatomical biological aspect that tends to fit into the category of female, male, or intersex. Sexuality refers to the attractiveness in a romantic or sexual sense and can also be seen as a spectrum. Gender is the fluid identity part where someone could identify with or may have a different identity that may not align with their assigned sex, and is also a spectrum. Gender is considered a spectrum, being that people with the same can have the same like sex and gender identity, but it's on the scale where people say of femininity or masculinity, and what masculinity and femininity can change with society over time and adapt quite frequently, especially with historical trends. We see that with Kramer, he defines sex in the physical category, where this fits into the male, female, or intersex category. And then we see with the genderbread person, it's more clear about where it's a spectrum of things, where sex is broken down into the biological traits and assignment at birth. Gender identity is the sense of self, and gender expression is the body's presentation to others in society. And then we have sexual orientation is the attraction to another person. Kramer discusses how gender roles used to fit the traditional, more standard and rigid, such as women doing childcare, homemaking, and men tend to be the breadwinners. We see that over time women have gained political voting rights, have different jobs. Even though there is pay gaps and men are more open to caregiving, there still are societal expectations for men to be strong physically and emotionally, and women are still judged for sexuality practices with the present double standard. In the real world, we see this with celebrities a lot in the media, like with Caitlyn Jenner, who was born a male, but her gender is female. As far as sexuality, we see that in the example of the celebrity JoJo Siwa, as her attraction to her partners has been more, she's attracted to people with more feminine traits, and she has more of a masculine presentation. A lot of skeptics have made comments about her sexuality and about her turning straight, as she has dated female partners for a while, but now has a male partner who tends to have a more feminine personality. Everyone's sexuality spectrum varies, and we see different forms with that with the media and television personalities. Moving on to number 2, what does it mean that gender is socially constructed? Gender is a social construction that we tend to fit into the box that we are accepted in for the most part. Some of it is deciding a career or masking a true identity. Or it can be masking a true identity. You should mask your true identity. We are expected to fit a certain box with how we look, present, and act, especially when it comes to gender and sex.